Hi, thank you for watching my channel today. My name is Sarah and my channel is called Your True Shelf. Today I'm filming a video trying to finish up the Reading Women's Challenge of 2020. So the last 2 years I've been doing the Reading Women's Challenge, which is organised by the hosts of the Reading Women podcast, and they set a series of challenges which you have to complete throughout the year. So I like the fact that you have a whole year to do it. I make a video normally at the beginning of the year with my thoughts about the prompts, and this is my sheet of all the prompts and what I've done so far. I think I've got 7 left to do by the end of the year, so totally doable. But I thought I'd pin myself down to those 7 books so that I can get them out, put them like on my book trolley or on an empty shelf, and then I can make sure they become part of my TBR over the next couple of months. So I'm going to just go through the 7 prompts that I have left and what my choices are for those. So the first one I have left is translated from an Asian language. I don't think I've got any books on my TBR which are translated from an Asian language. And so I thought for these 2, I've got 2 maybes that I'm going to get on Kindle. The first one is The Housekeeper and the Professor by Yoko Ogawa, because I've heard Emma from Drinking by My Shelf talk about that and really enjoyed it. And I think it's about a professor who has short-term memory loss, and so the housekeeper who comes in with him every day, I think she brings her son. He doesn't remember her every day, even though she knows him really well, and he has to keep writing notes so that to tell himself that he does know her and things like that. So that's supposed to be really nice. And then the other one that I was thinking of was Convenience Store Women, which by Sayaka Murata, which I still haven't read, but everyone really talked it up about a year ago, I reckon. It's about a woman who is working in like a convenience store, and she's really happy doing that, but her family's sort of always trying to make her sort of better herself, even though she's quite content with her life. So that's what that one is about. So that's that prompt. The second prompt I have left is an anthology by multiple authors. So I have bought a book for this on my Kindle, and I'll insert a picture in the corner. So I chose Well Read Black Girl, which is edited by Edim, and this is about a collection of essays by different black authors about recognising themselves in literature and supporting other black authors and their work. So I understand that the editor of this book, she has an online blog. I think it's a blog and a book club of the same name, Well Read Black Girl, I believe. So I thought that sounded really interesting and really important, and so I've bought that one, and so that's going to be my anthology choice. Next we have one inspired by Folklore. So this one is another one which I'm going to buy on Kindle, which I've heard a lot of positive things about, and it is The Deep by Rivers Soloman. So this book is a fascinating concept. This is about, it's like a mythology about a group of underwater beings who were descendants from African slaves who were thrown overboard of ships. And I just think that as a concept is fascinating. And that I think it says, so I just refreshed my memory on this synopsis, and it sounds like there's one person who can remember all the memories of what happened in times gone by, and she's trying to cope with how to deal with that. I think she's the only one who can remember the sort of the history of the underwater people. And so I'm really looking forward to reading this again. It's something that I keep hearing good things about on BookTube, and I've been excited to read it for ages, so this is my perfect reason to do so now. The next one I have is Read and Watch a Book to Movie Adaptation. This one was tricky because a lot of them I've already either read the book or seen the film, and so I couldn't use them. But one film I did watch recently on Netflix, when I watched it, I noticed that it said adapted from a book. So I was like, oh, perfect. And it's After, it's what it's called. So it's a series, it's like a new adult romance series by Todd. And it's about a girl who, I can't remember their names. I can't remember the girl's name, but she's like really studious. She's like quite a kind of squeaky clean, good girl. And she goes to, she has like a long-term boyfriend, and he's kind of really, you know, kind of the same personality. And she goes to university and she meets this guy called Hardin, who is kind of like, he's British and he's like a bad boy, and she is attracted to him, but she tries to like ignore that because of her boyfriend back home. And then their relationship develops and she cheats on her boyfriend, and it kind of goes from there. So I really did, even though it's probably, I guess I'm not the target audience for the film, I'm not a teenage girl, but I really did enjoy the film. And I know the second film is out at the cinema at the moment, but I don't know if I can persuade any of my friends to go and watch it with me, because they'll probably be like, no, we're like 20 years too old to watch that film. But anyway, so I'm going to try the first bit and see what I feel about it. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. Again, I'm going to get that on my Kindle, so yeah, lots of Kindle buying coming up. The next one is a book that I do actually have in paper. So the prompt is a book by an Arab woman, and for this I actually bought, so excuse my nails, I've still got one left. I'm getting my nails done tonight, and most of them have all come off now apart from this one. So this is Our Women on the Ground, which is edited by Zahra Hankir. This is a collection of essays by women living in Arab countries. They are all journalists, and they're speaking out about what it's like to report their changing homelands in this first of its kind essay collection, with a foreword by CNN chief international anchor Christiane Amanpour. So I think this is going to be like super interesting, because obviously we often hear about Arab countries in the news, but we hear it from our skewed perspective. We probably hear a lot of untrue things on the news, and we're probably hearing much more from a male perspective as well. And so hearing from the women who are actually living here and living in these countries and in the circumstances will be really fascinating, and I'm really looking forward to reading that one. And then I have two left. So one is to read a book over 500 pages. For that, I've chosen a book which I've been really wanting to read for ages, and it is a God in Ruins by Kate Atkinson. So this is a companion piece to Life After Life by Kate Atkinson, which I reread this year, and I moved onto my favourite books of all time list because I loved it so much. And this is, I think they can be read in either order, but I wanted to read Life After Life first because it came out first. This focuses on Teddy, who is Ursula's brother, and he is a pilot in the war. I don't know if it focuses on his whole life. Let's see. The life of Teddy Todd. Would-be poet, heroic World War II bomber pilot, husband, father and grandfather, as he navigates the perils and progress of the 20th century. For all he endures in battle, his greatest challenge will be to face living in a future he never expected to have. So, yeah, those who love the best-selling Life After Life will recognise Teddy as Ursula Todd's adored younger brother, but for those who have not read it, A God in Ruins stands fully on its own. So I'm so looking forward to it. I loved Teddy. Teddy's like such a lovely character in Life After Life, and I loved the whole Todd family so much. And so I'm really looking forward to this one, and I'm really glad that I'm going to get to it by the end of the year. And then the final one is a book that is frequently recommended to me. So I chose a book that's frequently recommended to me on BookTube, so I don't really get real life frequent recommendations from people. And this one is one that we heard a lot about last year, and it was when I did my TBR for this. It was still very much kind of current, but I guess now I haven't heard about it for a while. But it is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So this is about a band, Daisy Jones and a band. I think it's based on Fleetwood Mac, and it's kind of their life being in a band, basically. Yeah, yeah, so before they split, they were a massive band. They were lovers and friends and brothers and rivals. They couldn't believe their luck until it ran out. This is the story of their early days and wild nights, but everyone remembers the truth differently. So, yeah, and look at the inside cover. That's so nice. So, yeah, I got this for Christmas last year, and perfect time again to choose to read it. So that's my little video about what I've got left for the Reading Women's Challenge. If you have done a video about it or you're doing the challenge, let me know. Let me know what you've got left. I'm really interested to know. Yeah, that's it really. I've got the house to myself, which never happens, for like an hour. So the first thing I did was to record video, and now I've got to try and run around and clean as much as I can before my son and my husband get home. While I've got the chance with an empty house. So that's my plan. Tea, clean up, and then relax. So I hope you'll have a nice day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!